Eh bien, bonjour, bienvenue à ton tuto de la lecture d'aujourd'hui. Welcome to your tuto with reading text. I'm going to have a look at a little livre de poche, which is a little paperback, little very short story actually, which is called Trop fort, Victor. Too powerful, too strong, Victor. It's a lovely little story. All right, let's have a look. Tout le monde ne parle plus que de ça. Dans les meubles, dans la rue, chez les commerçants, dans les journaux que je vois en passant devant la maison de la presse, à l'école, dans la cour, commenter l'événement a remplacé tous les jeux. Chaque élève y va de son pronostic. Chacun répète et amplifie ce qu'il a entendu. So tout le monde, that's everybody, nothing to do with the world. So everybody is talking only about that. In our apartment block, in the street, in the shops, and in the newspapers that I see when I walk in front of the newspaper shop. At school, in the playground, in the playground, commenting on the event has replaced all games. Every pupil is giving their opinion. Everyone's repeating and amplifying what they've heard. Okay, so loads of really good language in there. You've got a bit of vocabulary in there. You've got a little bit of devant prepositions there. Dans la cour. Voilà, okay. So, chacun répète et amplifie ce qu'il a entendu aux informations. So everybody's repeating and amplifying what they've heard on the news. That's information is another way of saying news. Ils deviennent tous les spécialistes, même la maîtrise, qui tient à y consacrer une heure de classe pour que nous puissions échanger, exprimer nos peurs. So they've all become specialists. Even the school teacher, who has consecrated a whole hour in class so that we can exchange and express our fears. Une sorte de cellule psychologique comme à Lyon, où 22 élèves de l'école Louis Guillot sont retenus de force par 6 hommes armés de Kalachnikov. So a kind of psychological cell, as in Orleans, where 22 students, pupils of the school Louis Guillot, are being held by 6 men armed with Kalashnikovs. Dans ma classe, quand la maîtresse demande s'il y a des questions, tous les doigts se lèvent, sauf le mien. So in the class, when the teacher asks if there are any questions, all hands go up except for mine. Notice it's les doigts and not your hand. Yeah, that goes up. Yeah, so je mets le doigt, je lève le doigt is les doigts, sorry, is I put my hand up. So apart from mine. Tout le monde ne parle plus que de la prise d'otage, sauf moi. Everybody is talking about the hostage situation, except for me. À la maison, on n'a pas la télé, maman est contre. At home, so you can say chez moi, but you can also say à la maison. We haven't got a television because mum is against it. Elle est également contre les OGM, alors on mange bio. She's also against genetically modified food, so we eat organic. Le jus de pomme aussi, il est bio, étant donné que maman est contre les sodas. Our apple juice also is organic. So organic is not organique. Sometimes it works to just put an English word into French, but it's actually bio for organic. Because mum is against soda, sugary drinks. Pareil pour le savon et même le coton de mes t-shirts. Same thing for the soap and even the cotton in my t-shirts. Bio, organic. Le pain est sans gluten et le prix brun. The bread is without gluten and the rice is brown. Maman a peur des ondes et particulièrement du Wi-Fi. So mom is frightened of wavelengths, if you like, and in particular, Wi-Fi. Il n'y a qu'un ordinateur à la maison relié à la Livebox par un câble Ethernet. So there's one computer at home, so you can use this à la maison, yeah, connected to the Livebox. So Livebox is a hub. It's a brand, but it's the hub thing. Connected by an Ethernet cable to avoid the Wi-Fi waves. Je n'ai pas le droit d'utiliser seul. I haven't got the right to use it by myself. Dans le salon, il y a un téléphone avec fil. Je comprends même pas comment les voix peuvent passer par ce câble tout entortillé. In the living room, there's a telephone without a cable, and I don't understand. With a cable, so connected into the wall. I don't even understand how voices can pass by this cable, which is all twisted up. Entortillé is twisted up. Le portable de maman est toujours dans sa poche. Elle ne l'utilise qu'avec un kit main libre. The mobile, so it's téléphone portable, shortened to portable. You can say mobile in French, no, mobile, people will understand. So mum's mobile is always in her pocket. And she only uses it, so only uses it with a hands-free kit. Un kit main libre, main is hand, free. Bien sûr, elle est contre pour les enfants. Of course, she's against it for children. J'en suis malade à l'idée que l'année prochaine, pour entrer au collège, je vais être à coup sûr le seul de la classe à ne pas en avoir. So I'm feeling sick at the idea that next year, when we go into our next class in college, so college in France is secondary school. In fact, it's almost like a middle school. So it's not the equivalent of that we might say college as in university or sixth form or something like that. This is sort of like quite young. I'm going to be, I'm sure of it, à coup sûr, I'm sure of it, the only person in the class to not have one. Toujours le seul de la classe. I'm always the only one in the class. Celui qui ne connaît pas le nom des héros, des séries, des finalistes de The Voice. The one who doesn't know the name of the heroes of series, the finalists in The Voice. Celui qui n'a pas vu les images de la dernière catastrophe naturelle ou qui ne sait pas imiter l'imitateur du président de la République. So the one who hasn't seen the latest images of the latest natural disaster, or who doesn't know how to imitate the imitators of the president of the Republic. Oh, poor little boy, huh, Victor. Celui qui n'a pas le droit de suivre le déroulement de la prise d'otage dont tout le monde parle. The one who hasn't got the right to follow the unfolding of the hostage situation of which everybody is speaking. Maman estime qu'il faut protéger les enfants de la folie du monde. Mum reckons, or estimer, is to reckon, that you need to protect children from the madness of the world, la folie du monde. Elle a toujours été comme ça, mais c'est pire depuis qu'elle est enceinte de ma petite sœur, qui doit naître dans 2 mois. She's always been like that, but it's got even worse, c'est pire, since she's been pregnant with my little sister, who should be born in 2 months, qui doit naître dans 2 mois. Aujourd'hui, elle a mauvaise mine. So today she doesn't look so well. So if you want to say to someone you look well, you can say tu as bonne mine. Tu as une bonne mine. But tu as bonne mine. But elle a mauvaise mine. She doesn't look too well. Toute pâle avec des cernes sous les yeux, les ongles rongés, les cheveux secs et des petites plaques rouges sur le haut du front. Un truc qui s'appelle du psoriasis, qui apparaît quand elle est nerveuse. All pale with sort of like bags under her eyes, her nails all chewed up, her hair dry, and little red bumps on her forehead. That's forehead. Something that's called psoriasis, which appears when she's nervous. À sa place, j'arrêterai le bio. In her position, I would stop eating organic. Okay, so that's the first couple of chapters of this book, which, you know, I guess you want to know la suite. So we'll follow on with la suite next week. All right, we've got a couple of minutes. Let's just go back and have a look at some of the language that's interesting in here. I reckon, you know, a lot of you could read a book at this level and understand what's going on. Yeah. So there's lots of only in this book, and only is ne, and then you have the verb, and then you have que. You can have the plus, which adds something extra in, but ne something que. So, for example, I can say je n'ai que 2 enfants. Je n'ai que 2 enfants. I've only got two children. So the je, and then we've got the ne before the avoir, que, and then the thing, and then the noun. Yes. So ne que, meaning only. And these are nice ways of sort of like talking about the environment, aren't they? So this is the apartment block, dans l'immeuble, dans la rue, in the street. But you could say au magasin, but this is quite nice, isn't it? Chez les commerçants. So, you know, it means in the shops, really. And dans les journaux, in the newspapers. And then a little bit more about talking about environment, because it's good to be able to have the vocabulary to talk about, you know, your context. So, à l'école, at school, dans la cour, dans la cour. So, dans la cour is in the playground. La cour de récréation is called sometimes. Now, you currently are in un cours, masculine. Yeah? So, sometimes a masculine and feminine changes the meaning. So, la cour is a playground or a courtyard. Un cours, or wait, le cours is a lesson. It's not a course, it's just a single lesson, is un cours, and it has an S on the end if you want to get the spelling right. Okay, got some nice specific language here as well. La maîtresse, so you might want to say professeur, but la maîtresse indicates that this is probably a child at primary school level. La maîtresse. Okay, for those who know about subjunctive, there's a little bit of subjunctive in there. That's something quite advanced. Okay. I like that. Les doigts se lèvent rather than the hands. Yes, it's a little bit different, isn't it? Sauf moi. Sauf moi. That's quite nice, except for me. You could use that in all sorts of situations. Everybody's having wine except me, for example. Yeah, no, you probably wouldn't like that to happen, but you know, you can use sauf moi. So these little texts, they've got, you know, reading a little story, you know, it's quite a nice sort of like relaxed way, quite good fun as well, to get like some really nice turns of phrase and some of a good vocabulary. So like I say, next time we will do this, we'll find out what's happening next in this story. Bon, bah, je vous remercie. Et puis, bah, à la prochaine alors. Hein? Merci beaucoup. Au revoir. Au revoir.